Bruce, how come people are so adamant about a Devin Haney-Vasily Lomachenko fight when we could have had that fight earlier, but nobody was interested, they didn't care, and they said that he didn't deserve it, even though that he was his mandatory? Why are they so interested in having the fight right now? Well, somebody wrote me on Twitter. And it's very simple. You have to look at Devin Haney like Thanos at this point. Okay? Quiet as kept. Devin Haney holds the keys to Vasily Lomachenko's legacy. He actually have them by the balls in that regard. All right. Let me tell you what I mean. Because if you haven't figured it out by now, they've always tried to put Vasily Lomachenko in a winning position, to be champion, to be undisputed, to be this, to be that. They've always went out of their way to try to put Vasily Lomachenko in certain positions. You know that by the way ESPN tried to erase the loss on his record. You know that by them making Vasily Lomachenko a franchise champion. You know that by simply the fact that they gave Vasily Lomachenko 2 back-to-back title shots. One with Orlando Salido that he lost. Then they turned around and gave him another title shot with Gary Russell Jr. This is no different, okay? Because without Devin Haney, Lomachenko chances of becoming undisputed drops absolutely to 0%. What they don't want Devin Haney to do is to move up without fighting Vasily Lomachenko. You want to know why? Because as Devin Haney moves up and those belts bust apart, Vasily Lomachenko will never achieve undisputed. And they know that. This is why Devin Haney holds the keys to Vasily Lomachenko's legacy. This is his last chance to do something that he's been aiming to do his entire career. This is his last chance. And since they're always trying to put Vasily Lomachenko in a winning position, this is why they're pushing for the fight now. Wouldn't the fight would have been more interesting under the terms of him being the champion and Devin Haney being the mandatory? But now Devin Haney is undisputed at 135. There's nothing anybody can offer him. He's the king of that division, at least belt sanctionary wise. There's nobody that can say anything to him. He literally, Lomachenko offers him nothing. He has no belt. Okay. He's not a champion. He doesn't sell. All right. He's not like some pay-per-view star. And he got 2 losses. There's literally nothing to gain from beating Vasily Lomachenko. He offers nothing. So why would they want to see the fight now under these conditions rather than the one with Devin Haney being a mandatory? It'd have been more interesting. Because the reason why is they are once again trying to align Vasily Lomachenko to be successful, to be a winner, to be a champion, to be undisputed. That's what all this is about. This is why they're trying to smear his name when it comes to Vasily Lomachenko. And the whole world knows through a period of time of a year, Devin Haney was calling Vasily Lomachenko LOMACHENKO. Nobody had any answer to that. Nobody said Vasily Lomachenko bet not duck him. Nobody said anything. But Devin Haney was constantly saying LOMACHENKO. He don't want it. He let it be known on Twitter. He let it be known on interviews. This guy's scared of me. He's ducking me. Nobody said anything. But now that Devin Haney is holding all the belts, all the rings, yes, they want that fight now. Because they still want to push Vasily Lomachenko in a prominent position. How do you know that? Once again, how do you have Vasily Lomachenko on the pound for pound, but not the undisputed champion in the weight division? How is that possible? Once again, They put this guy over Terrence Crawford, right? And he hasn't achieved undisputed like Terrence Crawford. There's no way he was supposed to be over him, ever. But like I said, you know that by simply they constantly want to keep Vasily Lomachenko on a pound-for-pound list with 2 losses. And not only 2 losses, he lost to a kid with 16 fights. The great matrix, the great footwork, the ring IQ of a god lost to a kid with 16 fights. So why are they pushing the fight now? Because without Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko has no future. He would just be treading water. Facts. Which brings me up to my ultimate. Although I'm saying this, it doesn't mean that I don't want to see the fight. I always will love a good matchup. I wanted to see the fight when Devin Haney was his mandatory. You know, I always wanted to see a good fight. You know what I'm saying? And Devin Haney has made it clear that he wants to fight him, even though Vasily Lomachenko don't deserve it, because he's giving a man a shot who denied him a shot. Once again, out of all the things that people say, they don't say that. They don't. But this is one thing I do want to say. If Devin Haney does fight Vasily Lomachenko, be prepared for them to attempt to cheat you on the scorecards if it goes 12 rounds, because you have to understand this is their last chance to build up the great Vasily Lomachenko. This is their last chance. Okay? You've seen how desperate they will go to erase a record. Don't think that desperation doesn't take place on the scorecards, because it will. So know that if Devin Haney goes that route, know that that's one of their main MOs. Okay? You go a 12-round fight with Vasily Lomachenko, they're going to give Vasily Lomachenko the decision. Unless you can clearly beat the stuffing out of this man. Because this is their last chance for him to become what they want him to become. And you can tell how desperate they wanted him to become that, because look at the whole franchise situation. They wanted him an easy way to become an undisputed without facing any real threats that could get in his way. That's really what the franchise champion is about. That's all it's about. And at the end of the day, no real champion gives up a belt. I'm sorry. You don't give up no belt. Where they do that at? So if you want to know why they're pushing for the fight now, why they want to say an undisputed champion is ducking a guy who didn't give him a shot, the same guy who went around and beat the man that beat the man, you know what I'm saying, and cleaned up everybody's mess in the process, and he still has to honor and give Vasily Lomachenko a shot, knowing he doesn't deserve it for a myriad of reasons. But like I said, I still want to see the fight. But if you want to know why they're pushing it so hard, that's it. Because without Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko has no future at undisputed. So this is their very last chance. So Devin Haney is Thanos to them. He got all the rings, and he's going to dictate, at this point, Lomachenko's legacy, whether they like it or not. It's actually in Devin Haney's hands. And the change of the guard is well-deserved, because y'all put that kid through hell, and a freak occurrence had to happen for him to be what he is today. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.